It's time for you to join the military. We in here. Claim your inheritance. You don't know nothing about Nintendo, man.
Shalom, everybody. This is Dr. E from another Shabbat, and I want to give a quick shout out to a lot of those brothers and sisters out there, man, and reaching out to me, from different camps and whatnot. I see each and every one of them, and I appreciate you. I just want to say this. We all go through, different levels in life, where we have to continuously, evolve to get to where the Most High wants us to be. But at the end of the day, we're all responsible for our own salvation. So, you're not obligated to get any camp or any group.
Mm-hmm. Nintendo. He came back out. You don't know nothing about that. I promise you. You too busy playing Xbox 360. You know what I'm saying? Halo. What's that stuff gonna do? Waste time. You gotta reclaim your time. See what I'm saying? Your time is supposed to be spent building a vast fortune for your family and for your nation. That's what time is best utilized for. Then you better take some of that time and you better take 10% of that time and give it to the Most High. I know that hurt your ears, Meru. I know, man. You don't believe there's a creator of the heaven and earth. You think it just fell out of nothing and landed here. I understand, dude. Calm down. Calm down, man. I don't mean to hurt your feelings, dude. I'm just telling my people what it do. You know what I'm saying? So, majority of you clowns are not my people. My family is anybody who does the will of the Heavenly Father. You don't want to do the will of the Heavenly Father, but you adopt particularities of what we say into your paradigm and promote it. You better start promoting everything we say. Now all of a sudden you want a first responder for Israelite responders. You want you want Israelites to be the army. Well, why you ain't telling everybody to join it then? You're not making any sense. You want us to defend you, but you don't want to tell people to join the military. You're gonna die. We want you to live. Only way to live is to have a real military. It'll sink into your head one day. And then you'll start telling everybody to join the military, which is what you're supposed to do. Only way a military can form is through promotion. It's the only way your $1 million plans are going to be protected. Sure, you can get rich on your own and buy guns and protect yourself. But when you're trying to be a community activist, you're trying to be a leader in the community and build up the community so that the community can become a strong nation, then you can no longer think about only yourself. Clowns! You must think about other people. And since they don't have the money to buy guns for themselves, you have to hire people and then issue them guns under your military so that they can have a higher quality of life and defend themselves at all times. It'll sink into your brain one day, man. You know, I know y'all slow. Or the word I like to use is retarded. I know y'all retarded. You know, so I don't hold y'all to a high standard because y'all are just dumb. But my fellow Israelites is what bothers me, man. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck in these schools, and then it just don't dawn on them that you don't have to sit in place waiting. So they think the work is preaching and gathering more numbers. Well, the Christian church does that. Islam does that. The Moors do that. But the Moors build better than everybody else on earth. Gotta grant it to them. I mean, all the normal people. But then you got the royalty who are the best builders. The royalties are the best builders because they comprehend that everything that I'm saying to you is must happen. So they link up with everybody and just make it happen. But at the same time, you know, they have stolen wealth that that they utilize to motivate people to do whatever they need done. So, you know, we're going to need mercenaries and volunteers to get these things done, basically. You know what I'm saying? Since since we're not uber stupid, overly stupid duper rich, then we need volunteers, basically, to do the basic things. That's what the Club of New Jerusalem is. We're the volunteer branch to recruit the money to pay the people who don't do anything for free. See, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is. There's many people out here who will not budge for 1 second without being offered money. They won't work unless they get money. They won't go down the street unless they get money. They won't even deal with a female or a male unless they're getting money in that interaction. So for those people, the Volunteer Club of New Jerusalem is going to have to work for free for a time until the money is recruited from the proper protocol. One of the protocols is the World Bank. The other protocol is private investors, and they're everywhere. I mean, there are millions of them, literally. Philanthropists probably would not think along these lines, you know, but investors, some private investors would think along these lines. That means they want their money back. But philanthropists give away money, and they only give away money to like their families and stuff like that. Whatever promotes their interest, and that which you should promote your interest. That's just how it goes. Yeah, but their interest is satanic. So in their case, they should not promote their interests. They should promote godly interests. So it's Forthdays. New Jerusalem is on the grill. You are permitted to debate with us tonight. This is one of the debate nights. We have a debate night where we are allowed to bring up a topic to scrutinize your doctrine. And then we have the grill where we're on the equivalent to debate talks. We use the hot seat where we, debate talk you with Sal Showtime, where we can be scrutinized on our doctrines. That's on every fourth day of the week. So if you don't know what Forthdays is, just go to my page and look at the description of the page and all that, and you'll find out when Forthdays is. So my older brother, he late. Supposed to took me to the grocery store today. I'm still hungry. What's wrong with him? Let's find out.
Hello, find out.
That's what niggers do. They call you out the blue and say, "Hey, I'm coming through," and then never show up. That's a nigger. They do that. He was shocked and amazed that I don't know why, because they've been talking about the race. The Klan been talking about the race war since 1830. So I finds out about it and tell everybody I know, and they're amazed with me as if I'm psychic or something. But everybody already knows about this. It's been playing for a long time. And the atheist community is shocked and appalled that it's on the horizon. So they're telling everybody to join the race war. It's fun. It's gonna be fun. Well, they're highly mistaken. War is not fun. So I'll wait. That's how it works. Now see, G-Man came on here and tried to ambush us last night, right? But then on the night that we allow you to challenge us, I guarantee you he will not show up. He already got slaughtered last night. He almost got jumped. If I'd have let everybody talk to him, he probably would have cried on there and killed himself off camera. So I didn't want him to kill himself. We're trying to bring him to life. So I tried to talk to him one-on-one. But there's a new guy who comes on here, real smart guy, and he started trying to rationalize with an irrational person. You can't do that. That's why I didn't allow anybody to debate him last night. I just wanted him to go ahead, rant, get it off his chest, and get the hell out of here. Because he's a complete imbecile. Talking about insulting him is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. Insulting his retarded friends is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. What Holy Spirit do you have? You teach everybody on earth to sin. You're retarded, and you're gonna be the least in the kingdom. And you don't even realize that hell is a part of God's kingdom. So they are the least in the kingdom. But I'll wait. Clowns can't resist a fight. So they'll be in here in no time. They always show up late. We just wanna see you come in California. I be wanting to play the national anthem, but every time I play the national anthem, I get blocked in all countries. So I'll just announce that the national anthem is Sade Pearls, and you can listen to it right now. Okay, let's see what we got here. Looking in the back chat to see. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Everybody must be on a hangout somewhere that I wasn't invited to. Sad face. I wasn't invited to the party. My homeboy don't ever come on here no more. He's a flathead to the core. I guess I'll get the weirdo atheist on here right quick so we can fight John Sabo. Senor Sabo.
Hey, how you doing?
All righty, man. I'm
Yeah,
ready. I'm
I'm
ready.
not really here to challenge your beliefs. I just don't really know what they are or stuff. Just talk, friendly.
Okay.
I noticed that G-Man was on here and he ended up doing a lot of screaming and stuff. And
Man, I got your messages so late, man. I was trying to deal with him.
yeah,
Yeah, I know you could have uh talked some sense into him, but he's a very irrational person like yourself. So I don't see how two irrational people can come to any type of agreement,
yeah.
right?
Um, yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it's a lot of times he ends up screaming and stuff like that, and you can't get any discourse going on with all the screaming and the interrupting.
Yeah. I mean, he must be a failed comedian, because he tries so hard to force everyone to laugh, and he just constantly cracks himself up. He's a habitual laugher. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
any case, all right. Your worldview is atheist, right?
No, not really. I believe in like a force that is treats everyone equally. It doesn't really depend on your religion because I've had these personal experiences that people experience, and even though not being religious, I still have them, and I know that they're these things that are too far beyond a coincidence. Just this is meant for you, and even though they're not meant to be something that can convince someone else, I've had them, and I know that there's like signs that I get. So I think there is something going on.
Right. Right.
I'm just not sure what it is.
That's what I tend to realize happens sometimes, that generally the Heavenly Father will reveal that something to the person so that they can be confident within themselves, but they don't give evidence to show other people. So this is strictly for you. Now,
Yes.
whenever you commit to that force that you spoke about and want to serve that force, right? Then you will be given evidence or the power to just reveal evidence at will.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things happen in my life. Probably five major things and maybe 15 minor ones that are awfully hard to credit with coincidence. And they seem like they were intended for a reason at that time. And it was this kind of agreed upon communication. When I saw it, I knew what it meant.
Uh-huh. Now, are they too sensitive for the public?
No, one I spoke about earlier, my wife had gotten pregnant with our daughter, and I hadn't spoken to my father for 7 years. And this was due to religion. We grew up in the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they kicked him out. He left. And I hadn't talked to him for 7 years. But I decided to write him a letter and reach out to him and tell him that we had a baby on the way. And I dropped it in the mailbox. And the next day he called me after 7 years. And I said, well, how'd you get that letter? And he said, oh, I haven't lived there for years. And the letter was returned undelivered. But, that was an awful big coincidence that I hadn't heard from him in 7 years. And the day I decided to reach out to him, he reaches back to me. It
Mm-hmm.
was kind of one of those things.
Mm-hmm. So that alludes to a radio wave connection between brains and bodies.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly some type of a psychic type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Wherein, I mean, but I'm uh founding this on the Most High, of course. But I'm saying that science can observe these things and describe them. So we describe those as like a psychic connection.
Yes.
Hmm. But it's still a highly inexplicable force
Yeah.
That we attribute to the most high.
And you call it a miracle. Yeah, because it just defeats the odds.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few others that I saw. I don't know what your opinion on them is, but like there was the show The Psychic Detectives, where they'd had missing persons and kids that were missing, and they would call someone who's known for doing this type of work. Like the detectives would bring them in, and they wouldn't even know the person's name. They would just hold like something that belonged to them, like a locket, over a map of the United States and lay it down. And they were able to hit this accurately several times. And I don't know how that could be explained, because that seems like a pretty controlled type of an experiment.
Man, I used to watch all those shows. Yes, sir. They don't even have good shows like that anymore. People were starting to realize, hold on, you can't possibly know these things. So something's going on here, and people were waking up all over the earth. I guess the experiment, the social, because they do these things for social experiments too, and I guess it caused too much peace. So the goal of the powerhouses, the super megalomaniac hoarders, is to cause as much pain and suffering as possible, and so that they can feed off that psychic energy. You see?
Yes. Yeah. I've heard it said like that they feed off the fear, and they like for people to be stressed all the time. And that's what they want. That's what they try to promote.
Mm-hmm. And they have enough people and resources to get people to put in place those systemic oppressive situations to cause those types of fear and stress.
Yes.
So they keep that tightened. You see, so when people get used to the current condition, they tighten it more to to continue to cause more pain and so.
Yeah, that's so true. I would tell people when I was a kid, a lot of the things that our government does now was not legal, and everybody now is just fine. It's like, oh, that's just the way it is. But I remember there used to, like Richard Nixon tapped one phone and had to resign office. Now they tap all of them and nobody cares.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's correct. They tap every phone, every communication, just about everywhere. I mean, in all the developed countries, and
And we were
logged in supercomputers, and there's a humongous staff. Oh, you about to show something that talks about what you just said?
No, this is something I wanted to share with you if you wanted to look at it. This is a real strange phenomenon. And they're just pictures of people, but modern day people match up with people from the 1800s. If you would take a look at it. What's that? I didn't hear.
Yeah, I said, yeah, they'd be looking exactly like them. I'm talking about exactly.
Yeah. Can you show that in here?
I sure will.
Okay.
I surely will.
I don't think the Jay-Z one's on here, but that one's pretty amazing too. And there was a Barack Obama one. There's actually 2 or 3 of these that have different people in them, but this one's good too.
All right. Let's see what you got here. Okay, folks. I haven't reviewed this video, so if you see anything retarded, I apologize in advance.
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
That is the question.
You don't need the music. It's just creepy music through that, but the pictures are what matters.
Okay. They look exactly like him too.
I'm not seeing this, so it's probably not sharing with the room.
You're not seeing?
No.
You must be on your phone.
No.
Look at that. Now they got a slightly different chin. And that's the only thing different. You still can't sit?
No.
Well, you've seen it many times. I'm pretty sure it's showing everybody else. If I can see it, close. That's close. The older version of him. Older version of him. Oh, Shakespeare. Is that right? That's one. Okay. Finally, somebody I recognize. Not so much. Twins. Dan Aykroyd. I said his name wrong, but
Which one are you on? I'll try to catch up and watch it at the same time.
Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
Alex Baldwin.
I'm there. Yeah, I'll watch it along with it.
There it is. Now that is strange.
Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very strange. Look at these people trying to hide. They're trying to hide in our time or something. What's wrong with them? You know Michael Jackson's still alive, don't you? So now he's thought to be dead. So
Could it be reincarnation?
50 years in the future, he's gonna be right back. We can talk about that after this. Twins. Maggie Gyllenhaal and Rose Wilder playing. Not so much. Not so much. This guy got bigger eyeballs. There you go. Pope Gregory the Ninth. Wow. What? That's amazing. Look at that. just looking at a comedian makes you laugh.
Yeah.
In general. Yep, that's him. Brad Pitt. That's him. Oh, he fought for the enemy. Make us public slaves. Yep, I'm sharing with my friends right now. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to my page, right, on my Facebook. Right. You probably still can't see my screen, but I'm pretty sure everybody else can because it's up over here. Okay. And I'm gonna show like
here's another one that's got Jay-Z and Barack Obama in there. And I'm going to paste the link here. I've got to go. My wife wanted me to come upstairs. I appreciate you letting me in the room. I hate to take off, but she's been hollering at me. So, but here's another one that's got a few extras in there. And thank you very much. Invite me back anytime.
No problem.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So I'm going to show y'all the rest of this stuff. Right? I mean, something similar. I mean, it's the same concept. But he asked, could it be reincarnation, right? So the answer to that is no, of course not. Reincarnation does not exist. So now, what is it if it's not reincarnation? What it is, see, this is what Kemites and atheists don't do. They tell you everything that something is not, and they never ever tell you what something is. So I'm getting ready to tell you what it is. Okay? So it is not reincarnation because reincarnation does not exist. But what it is that these people are related to the people that you saw in the photos. So here's another example of the same concept here. Hugh Hefner and the guy on the left is Bacchus, the god of like sex orgies and stuff. Hold on a second. Let me get it right. The son of Zeus, Bacchus or Dionysus, is an ancestor of your false god, Hugh Hefner. See how they look exactly alike. And so this gentleman, this Gentile man, Bacchus is a legend. It's like a mythical character in people's minds, but he actually existed, and that's why they have statues of him. So it was a real person who would do these things. So royalty want to be remembered as gods. And you got you can look to a modern example where George Washington is in art depicted as a god. So that's what happens to royalty. They become gods, like idols, like fake false gods that are actually dead and will never come back to life, and they're just too wicked to come to be useful anywhere. Okay. So it says, I implore you to continue thinking it's a game. The pale-skinned gentleman Zeus is the son of the original Satan. The original Satan was cursed to have white, pale skin like this, so that we can recognize their descendants and say, oh, they're children of Satan. Once you realize these things, you know what I'm saying, and say, okay, so you have to deal with them in a certain way. So in the Garden of Eden, and he is alive today. The original Satan is still alive, and he chooses varying bodies, and he's currently living inside of Barack Obama right now. I said, you don't believe me? Well, you should. But, to each his own. And then, I got a little Wikipedia about the Temple of Bacchus. As a matter of fact, I can hit that and show you right now. This is the Temple of Bacchus, and this is the temple, the Satanic Temple. You know what I'm saying? That I mean, I'm pretty sure you can see that, but I'll blow it up for you. There it is, Temple of Bacchus. This Satanic temple without windows, and these are replicas of these have been built other places. Okay, so you can imagine how much wickedness went on there. Every satanic temple is used as a brothel, all of them. They also do human sacrifices regularly, on a regular basis, often. So they kidnap people and just eat them, do whatever they want to. They prefer children because they are innocent, and taking the innocence of a child uh, and their imagination gives them the most power. They don't receive any type. Well, yeah, doing the most wickedness that they could possibly do does give them particular powers. So, but their power, once they commit to uh, stealing, murdering, and destroying everything, that's the only thing that their power is useful for. So, and to the children of the righteous, we don't have a use for stealing, murdering, and destruction. So the children of the righteous are going to rise up and destroy all of this. We're going to destroy their idols and their temples, and we're going to destroy all of their descendants and everything. So you can read that on your own time. I just gave you a little synopsis. Then there's a little synopsis here. Satan's agenda is evident throughout all that he is allowed to rule on earth by the power given to him by Adam. Yah gave his power to Adam to rule the earth, and Adam gave his power to Satan. So you have to give credit to Yah, because he's the one where all power is originated from and sourced from. In order to take our power back from the devil, we must speak a certain way. See, Satan's words to Hamashiach, Luke 4:6. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give you, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it. Yah's words to Moses, Exodus 4:22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Most High, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Yah's words to King David, Psalms 82:6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Yah's words to Isaiah the prophet, Isaiah 41:23. Show the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that you are gods. Yeah, do good or do evil. So, we're going to do evil. We're going to do both, but we're going to do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together. Okay. Hamashiach's words to the Sanhedrin, who are Idumeans. The Sanhedrin, the original Israelite Sanhedrin, were replaced by Idumeans, and that's where the major conflict came in at, and why they was so motivated to do the human sacrifice of Hamashiach's death, because only severely wicked people would do that. Okay. So Hamash, the Heavenly Father put them in place purposely so that there will not be a problem with sacrificing the perfect sacrifice. Okay. So if he would have left the Israelites in place and they were all holy and righteous and understood mercy, they would not have sacrificed to Mashiach, and we would not have a pure blemish, a pure free of blemish sacrifice that has atoned Israel and reconciled us back to the Heavenly Father. John 10:34. Jesus answered them, "Is it not written in your law, I said you are gods?" The answer to that question is yes, because I just read it. Yah's first commandment for Israel's dynasty, Deuteronomy 6:14. You shall not go after other gods of the gods of the people which are round about you. So no, Mr. Can't read. We will not go after your gods because we have a God that we appreciate. Yeah, Yah, to Paul's words to the early church, Galatians 4:8. Howbeit then, when you knew not the Most High, you did service unto them which by nature are no gods. See that? You do service to for people who aren't gods. That's what you do. We try not to do that. We deal with God's people, and that's anybody who does God's will. King David's observation of pagans in order to worship Yah. Psalms 97:7. Confounded be all they that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all you gods. You're talking to the gods of the earth who are only Israelites. We're the only gods of the earth. We're the true rulers of the earth. They thought Israelites were white Jewishers, and that's why they're in power everywhere. This gentleman here, this Gentile man here, is a white Jewisher. So he tricked everybody to think that he's a Israelite, and that's why he has the power over millions and millions and billions of women around the world. Okay. Paul's understanding of the Holy Scriptures, Romans 8:17. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified. The only way to escape the great and dreadful day of Yah's wrath against the nations is to call on his name. Most of us are unaware of his name, and his name is Yahweh. Okay. But his name is also his reputation. So his reputation supersedes the pronunciation of his name. So whenever you're in the day of wrath, you must invoke the reputation of the Most High so that you can do the proper things at all times and survive Yah's wrath. Okay, thanks for listening. Let me see if I got some more on that subject. That's a good topic to bring up. Let's see here. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Here goes a clown right here. Same situation. You got Hitler's relative who Hitler is considered to be royalty. That's why he ruled at the time. And then this guy is dang, I didn't even write his name on there. I forgot his name. Is one of those that's Odin. My fault. Odin. It's a German idol with no power at all. So now he's been elevated to the level of a god in the imagination of people around the world, and people think that he's a god, and they don't think that he truly existed in real life. But Odin was a real person, and that's what happened. This guy is a real person. His name is Donald Trump. Donald A. Trump. The A stands for asshole. Donald Asshole Trump. That's who he is. He's related to Odin. Odin was a real person that was elevated to a god back in the day so that he could be remembered for all time. And that memory is what they feel is what makes them a god, that they are remembered for, for a long time. But they're highly mistaken. That's not what makes you a god at all. What makes you a god is the power to create at will anything that you choose. Okay, I'm talking about you don't have to build it; you just make it on the spot. That's how that works. That's what a god is. An ethereal god. A earthly god is a judge training to build and training to promote life and make sure life it prospers at all times. Once you master that, then you'll be trusted with unlimited power. Yeah, that's how that works. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here goes some clowns right here that you need to know about. Very clownish people. The Fabian Society. This is their emblem. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's their emblem. These clowns proclaim to be gods and have the right to prune any human life from the earth that they choose. This is got to be the most powerful murderous group on the face of the planet, the Fabian Society. Notice they have chosen the mascot of wolf in sheep's clothing. It's all a part of Shaitan's plans to destroy, which God intercepts behind Shaitan's back and turns it around for the good of the elect. Who's the elect? The elected people of the government of Israel. That's it. There is no other elect. You're hoping and wishing on something that you will never attain if you're not an Israelite. Satan's agenda is evident throughout all that he is allowed to rule. Okay, there, I said that again. I do that. I tend to promote, the message best I can. These clowns here, eugenics. You need to learn what that is one day. Original 1916 edition. It was a gift from iHoneybee. Details the criminally insane genetics control program of the 1900s that took place all over the world. It wasn't just Hitler who wanted a master race. The United States wants a master race. Canada wants a master race. Great Britain wants a master race. China wants a master race. And many others were also involved. If you've not heard of eugenics, please look it up. It still operates today through medicine, science, and our universities, and now has morphed into what's called transhumanism, where they try to uh, become immortal on their own genius of their brains. They try to achieve immortality through scientific means, which is a form of retardation that can't be cured without the Holy Spirit. Only the Holy Spirit converts your mind to realize that the only way you can become immortal is by accepting Hamashiach as your personal teacher, master teacher, and then allow him to teach you the law so that you can keep it. Once you master the law, you're granted immortality. That's how it works. Time to wake up and wake others up. That's how it works. Man, got me reminiscing. Hopefully I got a full account of my ministry, like the book tells me to do. Let's take a look at this guy. Introducing the dumb idol of the atheists. Atheists, majority of atheists, worship this thing right here. They tell you they're not religious, and then there's no such thing as a God. They just don't want your God to be promoted. While they beguile everyone they possibly can into abandoning the heavenly Elohim, they secretly worship an idol that they consider the supreme being. Once again, you've been had. It's not your fault. Nice people are very seductive, smoother than butter. The name of this idol is Abraxas. So Google that, and you'll see the idol of the atheists. That's what the atheist does. That's why they call it a force instead of calling it the Most High and adopting the Most High's attributes. See how that works? Luckily, there's not many people brave enough to come in here and get on my nerves. So I think I'm just gonna reminisce for a while and look at this right here. Look at it. Cain and Abel. Look at Cain. I mean, look at that's Abel with the fro. Look at Cain. He's a white guy. It's a real movie. Starring Flavor Flav as Slim Jim. See that? Who is Cain? Am I my brother's keeper? Huh. The answer to that question is yes. Okay. So get your mind right before you die in the race war. This clown here, I have a extra disdain for. Because the second I mentioned his name one day, my doors were kicked in and I was arrested and sent to jail for a long time. His name is Ray Mavis. Ray stands for son. Mabuse is also means something. Hold on, let me look that up. Let's see here. Yeah, brief. Let's see. 62 Mavis by name. Nostradamus. Nostradamus. Brief and Assyrian seer, but the etymology goes deeper. Nabi, the Hebrew for prophet, is of the same stem as Nabu. Hold on a second here. etymology. It's not. What is that? Okay, maybe this thing enough. If you know how to great site for etymology, let me know one day so I can add it to my arsenal, add it to my tools. Use that. Let's see here. Seems to be a British surname. That's strange. Brits are Israelites. So let's see here. Mm. Hmm. Look at that. The Libyan Sybil, Barack Obama, the last Mavis. That's strange. Hold on a second here. I knew that name sounded familiar. Nostradamus said something about Mavis. So let's see what he says about it. Nostradamus knew the future. The only people who know the future are Israelites. I guarantee you no one else knows the future. Barack Obama, the last Mavis, let me see it. Nostradamus ominously foretold the coming of a person named Mavis who would usher in the end times. Okay, so here's the quatrain, original quatrain. Mavis then will soon die. There will come of people and beasts a horrible rout. Then suddenly one will see vengeance, 100 hand, thirst, hunger, when the comet will run. Okay, so of course I don't have a clue what that means. Now here's my reading of the quatrain with the words and phrases rearranged in a more grammatically correct, logical, and poetic rendering. There will be 100 Mavis beasts, a horrible rout. Then suddenly, behold, from among the people there will come the one. Is that right? He ain't even, where you get this one from? Anyway, when the comet runs, vengeance, thirst, and hunger will soon die by his hand. Okay, that means nothing to me. So if you know what that means, please share. And here's my final clarification of the quatrain, replacing the word 100 with many and the word route with its dictionary meaning. There will be many Mavis, beasts, a horrible, lawless lot. Then suddenly, behold, from among the people there will come the one. When the comet runs, vengeance, thirst, and hunger will soon die by his hand. How can hunger die? Absolutely, it's absurd. And this person is supposed to be intelligent, I suppose. Okay, from our reading, it's clear that the term Mavis does not denote one person. Instead, it's plural, collective term referring to a large group of people who exhibit the same horrible traits and behaviors. However, it can be used in the singular case. So according to the quatrain, finally one Mavis is born who stands out as being quite different from the many Mabus, plural. Therefore, Obama is not the Mabus, he is a Mabus in a long line of Mabus that have existed throughout history. He is the one we have been waiting for, the final one. Next, I use my soundful method to interpret President Obama's full name. Okay. Object is President Obama visual, his name. Symbology, Barack Hussein Obama. Words, Barack Hussein Obama. Devolve, Barack Hussein Obama. Concepts, born, rock, brick. He is son. That is the most absurd, unsoundful way to break down his name. New word. Behold, he is the son born from the rock, from a rock, the sun brick, the mavis. Interpretation. Behold, he is the son born from a rock, the sun brick. He is the mavis. This guy is absurd. Amazingly, this interpretation of Obama's full name contains both the word mavis and a veiled reference to Mithras, a mythical Greek god. Okay. The Greeks believed Mithras was born from a rock and also identified him with the sun. Okay. So this is Mithras is also the same clown that the atheists say, the Kemites say that shares the birth date of December the 25th and uh is born from a virgin. Now, when did a rock become a virgin? I don't remember a rock ever being a virgin. You might need to refresh my memory if you know something about that. Okay, but the December the 25th makes sense because Mithras is talking about, you know what I'm saying, the solstice during that time. So the sun is up very long time, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever. It's born, it dies for 3 days or some crap that they think. The Greeks believed Mithras was born from a rock that was identified with the sun. One of the most perplexing aspects of the Mithraic mysteries consists in the fact that Mithraic iconography always portrays Mithras and the sun god as separate beings, while in stark contradiction to this absolutely consistent iconographical distinction between Mithras and the sun. In Mithraic inscriptions, Mithras is often identified with the sun by being called Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. It thus appears that the Mithraists somehow believed in the existence of two suns, one represented by the figure of the sun god and the other by Mithras himself as the unconquered sun. It is thus of great interest to note that the Mithraists were not alone in believing in the existence of two suns, for we find in Platonic circles that the concept of the existence of two suns, one being the normal astronomical sun and the other a so-called hypercosmic sun located beyond the sphere of the fixed stars. You better stop. What? That makes sense. The stars are fixed. Okay. Now, this photo looks pretty weird. I'm gonna blow it up. Hopefully you can see that. I see a sun setting over here and then something over here. Could be Photoshop. People like doing that. This passage relates to the concept of Mithras as the second sun and astronomically pinpoints the time period in which the last mavis will reign. That time is now. Okay. See Jake Kautz's post on the second sun and Jupiter in the movie 2010, the year we make contact. Note, in a previous post, I also related current events in the Obama administration to the Mithraic mysteries. Next, we will refer to Nostradamus' original quatrain again to reveal its hidden mathematical and numerological meanings. Let's begin with Nostradamus' use of the phrase 100 hand or 100 hand. 100 in binary digits equals 100 equals 2 to the second power plus 0 to the first power plus 0 to the 0 power equals 4. No shit. The Shamba people of Tanzania and Kenya practice a method of hand gesture counting that uses the duplicative principle. They indicate the number 8 by showing 4 fingers on each hand. Thus, by writing 100 hand, Nostradamus was actually referring to the Shamba Kenya's gesture for the number 8. Okay, that's interesting. This guy's making a strong case for what he's lip boxing about. 2 hands holding up 4 fingers on each hand. Visually, this is the representation of number 44, and Obama's the 44th president of the United States. It is also an ingenious clue to his family heritage. Dang, look at that. 100 hand also contains a hidden numerological meaning. 100 hand equals 4 fingers on a hand. Numerologically, it is also HH equals 88. This combination of 2 8s and a 4 may have been a numerological allusion to Obama's date of birth. Obama's birth date is 8/4/1961. Add that up, you get 17, which is 8. 848. Ain't that something? This guy's a master magician. 100 hand can also be interpreted as the year 2008. Using the Shamba Kenyan counting method, 100 equals 100 fingers on each hand equals 100 times 2 equals 200. Hand equals 5 fingers on each hand equals 5 times 2 equals 10. 100 hand equals 200 times 10 equals 2,000. We already know from our earlier calculation, using a combination of binary and the Kenyan counting method, that 100 hand can also equal the number 8, 4 fingers on each hand. Adding both of these values for 100 hand equals 2,000 plus 8 equals 2008, the year Obama was elected. This man is tying it together the best he can. This is very interesting. 100 hand is binary form. It's also used to denote where the missing vowels in the word Mavis should be placed. 100 in binary equals 100. Hand equals 5 equals 2 to the 5th power in binary, and 2 to the 5th power plus 0 to the 4th power, 0 to the 0.000 equals 100,000. How you figure that? I mean, so I must be saying these symbols wrong, these little apostrophe looking things. So we will insert 2 vowels, one in the 100th place and one in the 2 apostrophe 5 place in binary. Equals 100, 100. But which vowel should we use? Let's revisit the quatrain to find out. Nostradamus is telling us that the 1 is the last Mavis. Therefore, 1 equals circle of completion equals a circle. Okay, or O. I mean, equals the letter O. This also entrains with the analysis of Obama's full name, which linked him to Mithras and the sun. The symbol for the sun is the circle, or circle. The circumpunct circle of the sun. Circumpunct the sun. Obama logo, sun. We also know that 1 equals A. the first letter of the alphabet. Therefore, our two vowels are the letters O and A. Okay, so this is the original name, Mavis. So we can add vowels here and here. Insert vowels in the binary 100 and 225 binary place. My boost. Insert the letter O in 100 place and A in the 25 binary place. My boo. Oh, us. Separate the two words. Reverse my boo, and you got Obama, U.S. This guy's good. Boy, that Nostradamus really knew how to stretch a symbol, didn't he? In one brief stanza, Nostradamus not only managed to foretell the coming of the last Mabus by name, but he also provided additional methods to authenticate his identity, birth date, family heritage, presidential election year, and presidential number. Clearly, he wanted to ensure that we would not confuse Obama with the other historical and present-day collective evil Mabus, plural. To illustrate the importance of Nostradamus' cross-checking measures, consider the fact that the Nostradamus Mavis Project site has compiled a list of over 80 potential Mavis candidates from our generation alone, most of whom are still alive today. Okay, well, that was pretty interesting. The guy, you know, did a decent job in laying this case out. I mean, not saying that I believe him, but it's a very strange coincidence that I try to look up the etymology of the name Mavis, and I run across this explanation of Mavis, which is Mavis are multiple people, multiple a collective of wicked men, and they're related to each other. And then you have a camouflaged Mavis because he's a black man. It's well, the mulatto guy. You see what I'm saying? So that's just interesting. All right, now, have you ever wondered this guy here, boy? And this is going to tie into Obama as well. Have you ever wondered what mortuaries do with a person's blood after they drain it and embalm a body with some bullshit? Maybe you should look into it. You might be eating right now, but I'll tell you this much. The Navy claims control of all water that is within their power to claim. That includes water you drink, oil, gas, the water in each of us, and any other liquid you can imagine. I personally don't feel that they have a right to it, so I cleanse my water with the blood of Hamashiach. The water from bodies they claim could be used for rituals. Could be used for rituals. Some believe rituals offer authority to the individuals who participate in those rites. You got me last time, clown. Won't happen again. You have been exposed. Ray my boots. The most wicked man in America. All right. So he's ushering in the New World Order. He was the advisor to the past 5 presidents or 4 presidents or however they go. And the advisor advises. Let me show you that definition. Let me also show you that he was the advisor to however many presidents there were that he advised. Hit this wiki article. Says here, Raymond Edwin Ray Mavis Jr., born October 11, 1948, is an American politician and member of the Democratic Party who has served as the 75th United States Secretary of the Navy since 2009. Mabuse previously served as the state auditor of Mississippi from 1984 to 1988, as the 60th governor of Mississippi from 1988 to 1992, and as the United States ambassador to Saudi Arabia from 1994 to 1996. Okay. Political career. Maybe began a political career. Hold on a second. Advisor. Okay. Well, they took that part out of the wiki article that he was the advisor of the particular presidents of the past. Okay. But I'm going to show you the definition of advisor so you know what I'm talking about here. It's a person who gives advice, typically someone who is an expert in a particular field. So he advised the presidents, that's what he did. And they lean heavily to what he says because he's a powerful leader in the Klan and all that stuff. Okay. Powerful leader in the Klan, and you know, that's how that works. And he is a boss with the Navy. So they claim all liquid on Earth, and they take your blood whenever you die, and they do whatever they do with it, retarded stuff with your blood. They probably clone people on a deserted island out there in the Pacific Ocean. Okay, I don't know what they do with it. Okay, let me check the room right quick. Okay, good. Let's reminisce some more, shall we? Islam will dominate the world. Everybody knows that. That's why the Twin Towers were demolished and still disappeared as it fell and went relocated somewhere else. Okay, so let's see here. What else we got here? So when you see the leopard in the Bible, this is a good explanation of the leopard in the Bible. Daniel 7:6. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. Okay, so that's what happened. See? Revelation 13:2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. His feet were as the feet of a bear, which is communism. His mouth was as the mouth of a lion, which is proud. And the dragon, which is the banksters, gave him his power, which is charisma, and his seat, which is the office of the presidency, and great authority, which is military might. See? That's how that works. So when you see the leopard on the Denver murals, you know it's talking about the president of the United States. I'm glad you learned that today. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it says now it gets interesting. Most false gods I've presented thus far seem imaginary to you. They can be questioned. However, this Gentile man uh, was an actual, verifiable person of history and is heralded as the inspiration for the European Renaissance. His name is Prince Rogasi of Transylvania, the, who inspired the Dracula myth, better known as Dragon Prince Rogasi and Saint Germain, also known as the God of Gold, inspired scary wizard character in The Wizard of Oz. How much you want to put on it that he's related to the one who's getting his power from the dragon today? How much you want to bet? Isaiah 27:1. In that day, the Most High, with his sore and great and strong sword, shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. And the sea are the people. We know that, man. And the dragon is this clown's family. They're the Leviathan. So get you some realism doctrine in and stop thinking so mystical and so poetic. Because you'll never comprehend what's being said to you if you think poetically like that. Okay? Your brain don't work. You've lost your mind. We found it. We're offering it back to you. And you said, I don't need that shit. Who needs a brain? But if you only had a brain, was the Wizard of Oz said, Scarecrow. Okay, we found a idol. We found the idol of Mashiach. It's in Rome. Where else would it be? They know our history. That's why they do everything in their power to oppress us. Mashiach, protruding chin, strong jawline, broad nose, skin of bronze, very muscular, crown of thorns. You don't have a clue. But it's all good. You're getting paid to die. Or if you're doing it for free, you should change your daggone mercenary job, dude. You shouldn't be telling people Hamashiach doesn't exist for free. Because you're just gonna die for free. That's just ridiculous. See, this is why I changed the names of the fake days to first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, and Sabbath day. Because they named the days after these idols. And they want you to say these names as much as possible so you can remember who they are and remember their attributes so that people can subconsciously act like these people. So subconsciously you hear the name Friday, and then that's why the movie Friday came out, so that you can say that name as much as possible and act like this person who was Frigga, the wife of Odin, okay, is one of the foremost goddesses of Norse mythology. She is the patron of marriage and motherhood and the goddess of love and fertility. In that aspect, she shows many similarities with Freya, of whom she possibly is a different form. So let's look up the different form here, because that sounded kind of positive. Marriage is a very wonderful, like the top priority in the Israelite doctrine. Okay, let's see what this is talking about though. Freya. Given name Freya, usage Norse mythology, English, British, modern, pronounced Freya. Norse mythology, Norse meaning lady. This is the name of the goddess of love, beauty, war, and death in Norse mythology. See, so when you hear the name Friday, you invoke these attributes into your behavior. War and death. That's how it works. Hey, you should not do these things. That's why I stopped. Using that stuff, so I can use it as less as I possibly can. Okay, so let me look at here. Let's reminisce some more, shall we? Yeah, so I got all the days of the week. Wednesday is named after Odin. Tuesday is named after Tyr. See? That's how that works. So this is Loki, but his name is also Tyr. He's sacrificing his right arm to the wolf above named Fenrir. This is why Satanists believe it is power to be left-handed, and that's why all the presidents are left-handed, because they worship these weirdos. They're all Satanists. Let's take a look at this statue of this idol of Elohim. This is the Queen of Heaven, the female god of the Elohim. So this idol is the Queen of Heaven that our ancestors used to worship. They used to worship the statue, and it highly offended the Heavenly Father that you're worshiping something that is dumb, deaf, and blind and can't do anything for you, instead of an actual living being that you can't see. Okay, so Jeremiah 7:18, the children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes of the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Jeremiah 44:17, but we will certainly do whatsoever thing goes forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes, in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things, and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. And when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her, and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men? Thus saith the Most High of armies, the power of Israel, the highest power of Israel, saying, you and your wives have both spoken with your mouths, and fulfilled with your hand, saying, we will surely perform our vows that we have vowed, to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her. You will surely accomplish your vows, and surely perform your vows. Yep, you shouldn't have vowed to do that. And that's why we are in want of all things today, because our ancestors screwed up. But that is soon at an end. Okay, so this is why we don't like comedians on Claim Your Inheritance. Okay, because real life is just naturally funny. Okay, so you can just talk about real things that are true, are actually true, and then You can laugh. You can laugh often, but comedians do artificial laughter. They remember false things in order to force people to laugh. You see, so everything's supposed to be organic, and you're not supposed to do anything artificial. Okay, refer to the lesson about Loki, the god of mischief equals clown. The invincible hope represents an abused child, innocence. Take a look at those clowns and the tricks that they play in the circus of life. Life is bitter and gay. There are clowns in the night, clowns everywhere. See how they run, run from despair. Kate Bush in The Magician, a song written for the soundtrack of The Magician of Lublin in 1979, based on the 1960 novel by Isaac Bashevis Singer. I remain just one thing and one thing only, and that is a clown. It places me on a far higher plane than any politician. That was written by Charlie Chaplin, as quoted in The Observer, June 17, 1960. The clandestine insurgent rebel clown army is looking for fools and rebels, radicals and rascals, tricksters and traitors, mutineers and malcontents to join its ranks. You could be part of a fighting force armed with ruthless love and fully trained in the ancient art of clowning and non-violent direct action. You could learn ingeniously stupid tactics that battle the powerful. You could uncover your inner clown and discover the subversive freedom of fooling. You don't need to like clowns or soldiers. You just need to love life and laughter as much as rebellion. That comes from the Circa recruitment page. Circa aims to make clowning dangerous again, to bring it back to the street, restore its disobedience, and give it back the social function it once had, its ability to disrupt, critique, and heal society. Since the beginning of time, tricksters, the mythological origin of all clowns, have embraced life's paradoxes, creating coherence through confusion, adding disorder to the world in order to expose its lies and speak the truth. That's Circa, official site, rebel clowning. What is it? See? That's why we don't like comedians and clowns, because they don't think of anything in a realistic manner. And they think their causes of making everyone laugh artificially is noble, and it's complete devil worship. Okay. Used to be a Rastafarian 4 years straight. Had long dreads. Everybody knows me. Haile Selassie told everybody that he's not your God. But Rastafarians worship Haile Selassie. You should not do that. Although this man is a God in his own right, he's not your God. That's how it works. See? Because you're all gods. But he's not the most high. So stop worshiping men. You don't worship men. Okay. If y'all got all that. What else we got here? Abraham Lincoln. They think he's a god. He's not a god at all. Perhaps you have long been free, or all your lives. Your race are suffering, in my judgment, the greatest wrong afflicted on any people. But even when you cease to be slaves, you are yet far removed from being placed on an equality with the white race. You are cut off from many of the advantages which the other race enjoy. The aspiration of men is to enjoy equality with the best when free. But on this broad continent, not a single man of the black race is made the equal of a single man of the white race. Go where you are treated the best, and ban is still upon you. And the ban is still upon you. Abraham Lincoln said those words. Abraham Lincoln admits that Israelites are superior to white men and women in this passage. Read more about this false god below. Yep. Teach. I will. I will. Look at all these false gods piled up in one photo. Look at that. That's a lot of false gods right there. We are family. See how that works? How many goddamn false prophets does it take to make a false prophet family portrait? Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's how many it takes to make a family portrait. These men are not God. You worship them though. I don't have a problem with you worshiping them. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem with you worshiping. Worshiping those men causes you to die. You must worship the Father in spirit and in truth. It's the only way to be granted immortality. See how that works? Let's see what else I can see here. Huh? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Hmm. There's a good one. This is a good album right here. Culprits of Israelite slavery, retribution. Okay, Ezekiel 34:16 says, when they are lost, I will seek them and bring back every last stray. I'll bind up the injured and strengthen the weak. However, I will destroy the fat and powerful. I will feed them a healthy portion of judgment. Jeremiah 49:10. But I will treat Esau's descendants differently. I will strip them bare, exposing their secret places. No place to hide. Their children, their families, and even their neighbors will die. And this nation will be no more. Okay. So, if you knew who Esau was, you knew who they were talking about. Isaiah 14:2. Who will take them in? These others will work for and among Israel. Whoever used to hold Israel captive, controlling the people's every moment and every move, will in turn be controlled by Israel. And whoever used to oppress Israel will instead be subject to Israel. See? Isaiah 14:21. Is that my brother? Okay. Let them be obliterated because of their father's wicked deeds. Oh, I wasn't there. That won't me. That was ancient history. No, bro. You gonna die. So that they never have a chance to follow in their steps, terrorizing and possessing the earth, filling up the world with their cities. Then people can live in normalcy and peace. Second Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Zephaniah 1 and 12. On that day, I will personally search and illumine every dark corner of Jerusalem. I will wipe out everyone who has numbed his senses with the dregs of his own wine and says, the Eternal will do nothing in our lives, neither helping us nor hurting us. Ha ha. You're gonna die. That's why I say that so often, because I know you're gonna die. Isaiah 19. People might tell you to ask the fortune tellers, consult the babbling astrologers, conjure the dead to tell the living what's to come. But shouldn't they ask their Elohim, the most high power? That's the better person you should be asking. That is the only person you should be asking about the future. Isaiah 19 and 3. Okay. The Most High, the eternal commander of heavenly army says, I will subject the Egyptians to oppressive forces and heartless leadership of a dictator king. This is about to happen to you clowns. You clowns want to be Egyptians and might be. You might just be Egyptians because your DNA code is not recognizing the Bible. So clearly, you could be Egyptians. And the dictator king is gonna rule over you once you do this silly ass uprising that you think you can win for some reason. You guys are funny. I will make them turn against each other, Egyptian against Egyptian, a civil war, right down to the houses within one neighborhood. This is what's happening all over everywhere, with gangs, city against city, district against district. They'll lose all courage. I'll frustrate their plans. They'll seek the advice of long dead ancestors and empty idols, mediums, fortune tellers. But it's I who determine their fate. Hey, call me Mr. CLEO, because I know what this book is saying too. So I can tell you your fate, Egyptobot. Stop asking us to join with you, please. It's not going to happen. You need to join us. Isaiah 29, 14 through 24. Oh, excuse me. This dictator king here. Since you're dead already, mentally, and you're about to die physically in the race war, which the Bible calls a civil war, Egyptian against Egyptian, you see, uh, the dictator king is the next president. He will be a dictator. Y'all don't know that. You know, that's what martial law does for presidents. It turns them into dictators. Okay, now, therefore, I will do something extraordinary with this people. This is Isaiah 29, 14 through 24. Therefore, I will do something extraordinary with this people. I will add wonder to wonders, shut down the wisdom of their wise, and hide what the discerning have figured out. So we figured this out, and the Most High is hiding it from dummies because we don't need dummies. We need dummies to die. Oh, it'll be bad for those of you who conceal your thoughts from the Most High, who do your deeds in the dark and say, who sees us? Who knows what we're doing? Do they really think that the Most High cannot know what they have hidden so dark and deep? They are sure to be surprised. My goodness, how you turn things around. You seem to think that the potter is equal to the clay. Should the pot say to the potter, he didn't make me? That's what you clowns say. The potter didn't make me. Or does the thing formed say about the one who formed it, he doesn't understand anything? That's what you say. The Most High is dumb. And you're crazy. Surely you know that in just a little while the forests that clothe Lebanon will become rich fields, and the fields will be considered as valuable as the forests. Then the deaf will hear the words from this book, from a book. Okay. So soon as Lebanon uh becomes rich, you see, then the deaf will hear the words read from a book, and darkness and gloom will fall from the eyes of the blind. A renewed sense of joy will come over the humble, thanks to the Most High. And joyous celebrations will break out among the poor because of the Holy One of Israel. For cruelty and mean-spiritedness will come to an end, and those who laugh dismissively will be silenced. Yes, sir. All those who are determined to do evil will be cut down. Those who level a false charge against an innocent person, who twist an honest testimony and tell lies in order to incriminate the innocent, will be stopped. So the Eternal One who rescued Abraham says concerning Jacob, the Most High says, the people of Jacob's line will no longer be ashamed, nor will they grow pale with embarrassment. For when they lay eyes on their children, the work of my hands, they will protect my reputation and keep it holy. They will recognize that I am sacred, the Holy One of Jacob, and stand in awe of me, the power, the highest power of Israel, the power behind the Israelites. Whoever thought otherwise and wandered off will know the truth. Whoever said otherwise and voiced criticism will quietly learn. Jeremiah 44:30. And this will be your sign. Watch as I hand over Pharaoh Hophra, king of Egypt, to his enemies who want to kill him, just as I handed over Zedekiah, king of Judah, to his enemy, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Hosea 3 and 5. And afterward, once their devotion is renewed, they'll return and genuinely worship the Most High, their power. And they'll end their rebellion against the royal house of David. In those days, they'll come trembling to the Eternal One and rediscover his goodness. Zephaniah 2 and 3. Seek the Eternal, only he can save you. Judah, call out to him. All who realize their lowly places on the earth, all who are trying to live by his teaching, pursue what is just and chaste after true humility. Maybe, just maybe, the Eternal will hide and protect you from what will happen on that terrible day when his anger is unleashed. Zechariah 12:9. On that day, rest assured, I will set out to destroy all the nations who attack Israelites. Okay, that's how it works. You people gonna learn today. Today is when you learn these things. Okay, so I'll go into these other things some other time. That's another short little lesson. It's been 2 hours of me talking to you, and I will end it there. Shalom.